The players' hotel rooms were flooded with death threats. Cartel syndicates and powerful gamblers, who had wagered millions on the tournament, hacked into the team's hotel television monitors
to display ominous warnings. The manager, Francisco Maturana, was told that if he played veteran midfielder Gabriel Gomez, the entire squad would be murdered. Of course, no coach wants to be murdered, so he benched Gomez. Then, on June 22, 1994, Colombia faced the host nation, the United States. They desperately needed a win. In the 34th minute, while trying to defend a dangerous cross into Colombia's penalty box, Andres tracked back and slid aggressively to block the ball. But the ball deflected off his foot and rolled past his wrong-footed goalkeeper. Andres had just scored an own goal against his own team. Colombia went on to lose the match 2-1 to the USA, and Colombia crashed out of the tournament. Most of the players stayed away from Colombia for a while, but Andres went back home. He even wrote a newspaper column asking fans to stay calm and reminding them that life doesn't end here. On the night of July 1st, 1994, just 5 days after returning to Colombia, Andres decided to go out with friends to clear his head. They visited the El Indio nightclub. Inside the club, a group of guys began heckling him and shouting insults, mockingly yelling, "Own goal!" Apparently, these men had lost a massive fortune betting on the World Cup match. Andres eventually left the nightclub alone and got into his car in the parking lot. But these guys wouldn't leave him alone. They followed him outside, surrounded him, and continued hurling insults at him. Andres tried to explain that it had been an honest mistake. Then, suddenly, the bodyguard of one of the men pulled out a gun. Pop, pop, pop. The shot struck Andres, and he collapsed beside his car. The men then sped away in a Toyota pickup truck. A short time later, Andres was found by friends lying in a pool of blood. He was rushed to the hospital, but just 45 minutes later, he was pronounced dead. The news shocked both Colombia and the international football community. People demanded the arrest of everyone involved. Humberto Muñoz later confessed to being the man who unalived Andres. He was sentenced to 43 years in prison, but in 2005, he was released for good behavior, meaning he served only 11 years of that sentence. And that's the story of how a footballer became one of the most tragic figures in World Cup history.